Hi, everyone. I'm Katrina Potter. I am a certified integrative holistic life coach. And today I want to talk to you about the Karpman drama triangle. So, Stephen Karpman in the 1960s created something called the drama triangle. And it's something during my coaching practice that I refer to pretty consistently. And I wanted to take a second and briefly explain it to you. I know for me, this has been a tool that has massively shifted my emotional wellness and allowed me to deepen relationships and just make overall shifts. So, I want to share it with you. And you can do with it what you want, but I'm going to give you some ways that you can implement it into your life. So, the drama triangle implies that whenever we are in breakdown within a relationship, we are falling into one of the three roles of the triangle. So, the first role is the victim, and the second role, the persecutor, the third role, the rescuer. So many of you can probably relate to a scenario where there is a persecutor. The persecutor is finding fault or placing blame on an individual. The victim is the person that is receiving the blame, and then the rescuer is the person that's coming in and fixing it. So I'm going to make up a scenario. This isn't a real one because my daughter is very little, but let's say I come home from work and the sink is full of dishes and I freak out on my husband and I say, you've been home all day. You said you were going to do the dishes. Why aren't they done? Blah, 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 and just go off on him. He then has a chance to respond and is immediately already put into that victim role. So he might say, me do the dishes? What the heck? I've been busy all day. And then let's say my daughter comes running in and she's like, don't worry, mommy, I'll do the dishes. Okay, so you can see in that scenario how each of us are falling into one of the three drama triangle roles. Persecutor would be me, victim would be my husband, rescuer would be my daughter. Now, these types of scenarios happen all of the time, and our roles are typically identified based on what happened within our childhood. What I want to share as a recovered rescueholic is that those of us that are in the rescue role often get kicked. And what I mean by that is many people when they're in one of the other roles don't want a rescuer to come in because a rescuer is coming in to fix it. Well, it's robbing the others of the chance to rise up and get themselves out of the scenario, but it's also implying that we know better than that those people, even though that's not our intention when we're coming in, it's like, oh, don't worry, you can't handle this. I'll fix it for you. So you want to be really cautious when you're in that rescuer role. The other thing that you want to be cautious of is that whenever we're fighting with another person, we're usually fighting for a role. So if we're in competition for a role. So let me use that same example with the dishes. If I say, um, how come you haven't done the dishes? Blah, blah, blah. And then he comes back and says, how come you haven't done the dishes? You were home last night. Now we're both fighting for that persecutor role. So that's where it starts to get into breakdown. So the intention of being aware of the drama triangle is to identify, I'm going in that I can actually make a shift and get myself out of that drama triangle. So let me walk you through how we could have that same communication, but in a way that's not in the drama triangle. So if I come home from work and I'm upset that the dishes aren't done, I could say something like, hey, I noticed that the sink is still full. What happened for you today? And then my husband would say, oh my gosh, I know. So, I had such a busy day, didn't get a chance to do it. I can hear the dishes in the background, which is hilarious. But didn't have a chance to do it. And then, um, then there could be a conversation. I might say, I'm exhausted. It would mean so much to me if you could do the dishes. Okay. So that the communication is completely different in that scenario versus the first where it was like, bah, 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 bah. When we're in that drama triangle, think about how much stress is happening to the body because we're on edge, we're jumping back and forth in between different scenarios versus having a conversation and just talking through and saying what it is that we really want. Because at the end of the day, all that scenario wants is for the dishes to be done. So my invitation to you is to pay attention, be aware of, okay, what role am I falling into? Notice the people around you. What roles are they in a part of? And know that You are in one of the parts. So if you see someone and you're like, oh no, I can see where this person is and this person is, but I'm not in any of them. A little bit more. I know it's not fun to see, but it's for our own awareness so that we can grow from it. And then once you're in the roles, just give yourself grace and start to seek, is there a different way that I can communicate? Or say, I'm really not, I don't really want to have this conversation, or I know that this is really hard. And also I know that you're going to find a way to get out of this, or whatever this scenario means or would be for you. So we can talk about it more. I just wanted to give you a brief introduction to the drama triangle because it's something that I believe makes a massive impact. All right, have a good day.